You know, it's wonderful to win any award that the Country Music Association has to give you, but there's one special honor that comes only to a special few, and that's being inducted into the Country Music Hall of Fame. And this year, there were 5 nominees: Vernon Dalhart, Little Jimmy Dickens, Lefty Frizzell, Floyd Tillman, and Grant Turner. Now, there was a tie, so tonight, 2 more names are being added to that list of all-time greats, and I'm really happy that they asked me to tell you all about them. The first is the late Vernon Dalhart. He was born with the name Marion Try Slaughter, but he took his name from the 2 Texas towns of Vernon and Dalhart. Makes sense. He was one of our first superstars and was practically a music industry by himself because he recorded under 180 different names. Now, that's a lot of names. He was known on the radio as Sam, the Barbasol Man, and his wreck of the old 97 was country music's first million seller. And tonight, the Hall of Fame is also honoring a man whose voice is familiar to everybody that ever listened to the Grand Ole Opry, Grant Turner. He was born in Abilene, Texas, and started as a radio announcer when he was only 16. In 1944, he joined WSM Radio in Nashville and soon became the voice of the Grand Ole Opry, a job he's held for more than 30 years. But this is the best part of my job tonight. I get to introduce the man who's going to make the presentation to Grant Turner, a Hall of Famer himself, celebrating his 50th year in country music, one of country's real treasures, Roy Acuff.
Thank you. I have known this gentleman for many years. I have worked with him on the Grand Ole Opry and on a lot of other shows. And I don't know of anyone that's more deserving to be in the Country Music Hall of Fame. It's my honor and really a pleasure, Grant Turner, to unveil the plaque that will stay in the Hall of Fame in your remembrance as long as you be around, and maybe as long as Minnie Pearl will be here. Good to see you, man. Good. Congratulations.
Well, we praise the Lord that Roy Acuff has been around these many years, and Roy, I'm going to be right here on the Opry for a good many years with you. I want to be a guide at the Hall of Fame when I'm 92, and I want them to go out and they say, I met this little old fella out here. He walked me around the fountains, said he'd been on the Grand Ole Opry for 60 years. His name is Grant Turner, and I hope I'll still be here.
Thank you very much. I see a lot of you down there.
Thank you.
Thank you.